All right. Says we're live. My microphone looks like it's on. If you can hear me, let me know, and we'll be good to go. Saturday stream, so never expect too big of a crowd. But this is our second to last stream of the season. We have, Darlington next week, and then that'll be it, because football is starting. So I will miss you all, but still have a couple of streams left. And, of course, I'll be still be doing the weekly videos with you. Loud and clear from Astro. Do appreciate that. Let me pull up my stuff, pop the chat out, and I'm looking forward to tonight. It's going to be a fun one. It's lottery ticket night, so it is what it is. You just kind of have to hope you have the right numbers when you scratch it off at the end. And I always tell everybody, I cannot project this. You can't project it. No one can project this. But what we can do is project what the field is going to do, and then we'll try to make our decisions based off of that. So I'm definitely underweight on some chalk today, overweight on the guys that are similar plays based off of where they are starting, and just going overweight based off the ownership and checking out where the leverage is. So, the name of the game today is stacking the back. We can all have questions. We can be like, do you like Cole Custer more? Or do you like Todd Gillen more? I don't know. I don't know who's going to wreck. It's just a matter of mixing and matching these guys and building your lineups how you want it to look. So let me actually sort this by the qualifying grid, because it makes no sense to talk about these guys within salary, because it doesn't matter. On some of my FanDuel builds, I have about $30,000 left over. I love it. My main FanDuel single entry, I think, leaves $21,000 on the table. I did not play Chase Elliott in that. I did not play Ryan Preece or any of the chalk. I just played the guys in the back. It's like McLeod, Cody Ware. I know the scoring is a little bit different on FanDuel. It's the reward stack in the back, not quite as much as DraftKings, but I don't know who's going to rank in the front, so I'm just playing the guys in the back, and hopefully you guys make the mistakes. All right, so let me scroll up here. And I got my donut from CGen. I always do appreciate that, sir. It says, do you see anyone in the top 12 worth risking? Yeah, so what I did in my 20 max, I opened it up a bit in the 150, but in 20 max, I deselected, turn my phone on, deselected every single driver in the top 10 besides Cindric and besides Brett Keselowski. And that's just because I have a soft spot for Cindric, and Brett Keselowski does have to race his way into the playoffs. He's a good plate racer. Of course, he's a bit of a terrorist, and I would say there's a decent chance it's wreckers or checkers for Keselowski tonight, but I did play him just a little bit. But I X'd out pretty much everybody else. I am not playing Blaney. I'm not playing Bowman, Larson, Logano, Hamlin, Dillon, Byron, Briscoe. You're out. These are where my guys, my lineups are basically. If you were back here, you were in my lineups. Don't really have much of this dead zone here. I have a little bit of Kyle Busch, a little bit of Bell, but that's really about it. I am just fully back here and checking the bingo cards afterwards. So if I'm going to play anybody in the top 12, for me, it's Keselowski and maybe a little bit of Cindric, just because I respect how good he is of a plate racer, but that's really it. What's up, Johnny T? For FanDuel Cash, I have Preece and Chase locked in, but who would you play in the last three spots, debating between Buescher, Stenhouse, Reddick, John Hunter, and Justin Haley? I do think today, in cash games, people are going to flock to Buescher, Stenhouse, Tyler Reddick. I think they'll be very chalky. I think these are pretty prime candidates to go a little bit underweight on. I have, in my own personal builds, I have more Noah Gragson. I have more John Hunter Nemechek. I think my Cody Ware is about the same. Austin Hill is about the same. I have more Justin Haley than I do those guys just because of their name. And the salary, it just doesn't matter today. So people, when they can, they're going to spend up. And you can almost get close to zero playing these guys, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse, in your build. So for me in cash, though, I don't really care. I would just play I would play Justin Haley over any of them. I would just play the guys with PD. Ryan Preece, Chase Elliott, of course, those are your building blocks. And then I would say Justin Haley. Those are like the three cash plays for me, like my favorite. What's up, Mom? Happy race day as well. And I can't say go. I need Joey in the catch fence tonight. I need him and all of Penske and all everybody else. I need them wrecked. So I cannot root for Joey, unfortunately. Now, don't get me wrong. I am sure Penske is going to completely run the show for a bit. I mean, they have P1, they have P4, they have P5. Barry's not too far behind, but you don't get paid out for the Dominator points in Stage 1 and Stage 2 at Daytona. What's up, AJ? Is there even a single solid tourney lineup for tonight, or just throwing darts without feathers? All my lineups are built like cash because I've seen optimal Daytona lineups with $15,000 left over. Yeah, I mean, there's just not one single lineup. Like, if anyone's sitting here telling you there's such a big difference between Riley Herbst and Noah Gragson tonight, I don't know how. I mean, they're the same play. It's just one might wreck and one might not. Maybe they both don't, and they're both awesome at lower ownership. I mean, the guys that people aren't going to play that I really like down here, BJ McLeod I like, Joey Gase, of course. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the car sucks, the 44, but it did finish 20th, I believe, in this race last year, so it's not like it's not capable. I would say Casey Mears is my most feared guy in the 66 car. I still have some Casey Mears, of course, but he's my only concern. But everybody else is fine, Gase, McLeod, but the guys I have in the back that aren't like chalky, have a good chunk of BJ McLeod, Austin Hill, Cody Ware, Nemechek, Herbst. I know Gregson, I like him quite a bit. He's actually my main single entry. Cole Custer, Todd Gilliland, Eric Jones. Other guys would be fairly chalky, but pretty much a good chunk of my build. And yeah, I mean, I've seen, this was a little bit further back in the day, but I believe I've seen around $30-some thousand left on the table. I'm pretty sure it was like a 36 through 40, 35 through 40 lineup that was completely optimal. Took down everything. So it's possible Daytona, this is the playoff cutoff race. Guys are desperate. I mean, there is no reason not to try here. I mean, if you are on the outside looking into the playoffs, you can punch your ticket. We saw that with Harrison Burton last year. I believe he was outside, the top 30 in the points, and he punches his ticket. Like, anything goes. Anything goes. I mean, there's no repercussions for trying. I mean, it's worth it to try to get into the playoffs. So there's going to be guys doing some very stupid decisions and very aggressive moves, and when it doesn't work out, they're taking half the field out with them. Justin Haley or Cody Ware? It's a good question. It depends. Like, if it's cash games, I would say Justin Haley. If you are looking for leverage in tournaments, I would say Cody Ware. I mean, you could easily play both together, but it just comes down to like what kind of contest you were in. What's up, John? Head to head, who do you have finishing better if they were not to wreck out? It's a great way of saying it, because I definitely would have said that after. But in a perfect world where no one wrecks, I would say Buescher over Dillon, Bowman over Reddick, Busch over Priest, and then Keselowski over Gibbs. Sebastro, good to see you, and CJ, which I'm sure I'll see very soon. So Philip, what cars do you expect to ride around the back and avoid the wrecks? You know, the thing is, almost all the cars are like the same these days. So, I mean, you could, back in the day, I'd be like, no, Cody Ware's just going to ride around. You'll probably be top 5 at some point, maybe even leading the race. Who knows? The ones I would say are the most likely to do that, Casey Mears and Joey Gase are very good candidates for that. BJ McLeod should. He should. I don't know. We'll see what he does, but he should ride around. Cody Ware probably be aggressive. I mean, why not, right? If this was not the playoff cutoff race, and if he already had a spot locked up, I would say Carson Hocevar, because that's what he always does at super speedways, but I don't see that being the case this week. I mean, he's got to try. He's got to try to get his way in. If you're looking at his numbers at super speedways, he has the worst average running position. That is worse than Joey Gase. That's worse than BJ McLeod, Cody Ware, everybody. He rides it on the back, does absolutely nothing. And as you can see, that rewards him. His average finish is a little bit better. I mean, it's not great, but it's a little bit better. Denny is pretty keen for just sitting in the back at super speedways. He didn't used to be, but he has done that pretty recently. He's already locked in, of course, so I mean, it's not like it's anything dire tonight, but he's going to be starting up front. He's got that going for him, but I have no interest in Denny starting in 6th tonight. There's just no reason to play him. There's just zero upside. Finish 2nd. I don't care. Yes, Byron does have to do a pass-through penalty. I did record my video before that news dropped, at least before I saw it. Byron failed 3 times. He's going to have to do a pass-through penalty to start the race, and he will lose a lap because he's not going to be in the draft. I, of course, think at some point he's going to get back on the lead lap, but I mean, you never know. Stupid things have happened. I didn't have any interest in playing Byron anyway, starting in 8th. I mean, maybe a tad before I knew that news, but I see no reason to. Sitting fine in points and everything. I mean, top 10's really just useless tonight. Keselowski, I don't mind. Cindric, just some flyers, and that's more of a personal touch for me. CJ says something's wrong with Bowman's car. Bob just said? I did not see that. Let me pull up his Twitter. And be thankful Daytona is not on the southwest side of Florida because it has rained nonstop since I've woken up today. Non-stop. It looks like northeastern Florida is a bit nicer. All right, so 3 minutes ago, we just tweeted, I believe the only car to the rear will be Byron. He'll have to do the passenger penalty, which we just talked about. Looks like NASCAR confirms that Bowman's team did not make any changes for them to go to the rear. Wouldn't have cared anyway. So it looks like, I guess we're good to go on that front. I know these races are terrible for the real fans, but for DFS players like myself, this is great. I mean, it should be, if you're a real fan, you should enjoy it too. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. Oh, 1 second. My dog wants to come in. One second. Gotta turn my camera off really quick. Oh, okay. Microphone's on. My dog wanted the ball. Really bad. He was trying to get in the door. But yeah, I mean, these races are awesome. You should enjoy it as a real fan, especially these days when most of the races suck and nothing happens. I mean, we should, any race that we can get hyped for, I think we got to take advantage of that. What's up, Rick? I'm late and still beat CP. You know how it is. Hoping for a fun race tonight and not watching a model train going around the track. The Jets just flew over the house heading to the Kansas football game. Yeah, it's week 0, isn't it? I don't know who's all playing, but the only thing I know, Ohio State plays Texas, I think, week 1, so that should be a good game, I have heard. I'm not the biggest college football fan, but if I'm bored enough, I might watch it. But yeah, fuel saving issues is always going to be a thing until they change the car, change the package, change new stages, whatever it may be. So don't be alarmed if we just kind of get some boring gridlock. That's certainly possible, but they'll have to race eventually. And I always tell people, do not, I mean, you can look and see how you're doing during the race, but it means nothing. There is not one thing that matters during the race until the final turn. We saw that in Xfinity last night. I mean, the entire field besides the top, 6 just died immediately at the very end because, I don't know who started. I just saw Austin Hill wiggle and he took out the entire field, so good on him. That's like the 4th race in a row, it seems like. Yes, Daytona is definitely a lottery ticket, although we can strategize by playing the guys in the back and setting ourselves up for success based off of that. Guan says top fades. Anybody up here. Now, if we're talking about chalky plays, Chase Elliott's a very good candidate to go underweight. Like I said, you should still play him. Don't completely fade him. But there is no reason why Noah Gragson couldn't outscore Chase Elliott tonight. Austin Hill could outscore Chase Elliott. This is not like a real race where these guys are stuck in 35th place going a lap down. That just doesn't happen. Everybody has an equal opportunity, basically, to finish high and to get into a wreck. And that could easily be Chase Elliott. So if he's going to be 50% tonight, I really don't think there's a 50% chance he's in the optimal lineup. I like playing around 35, 40%. If you want to go underweight, you can still get a good chunk of it. Like if he goes off, I mean, finishes 4th, you're going to want him in your lineup. You still have enough chances to get yourself there. So guys like Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, Ricky Stenhouse, Tyler Reddick, these are the chalk plays tonight. I think Bubba's also going to have some pretty decent ownership just because people have the money tonight. That's your chalk. There is no reason that these guys can't be equal plays. I mean, Ty Dillon could easily outscore everybody here. Same with Cody Ware, same with Nemechek. Use that to your advantage. If they're going to be a fraction of the ownership, why would you want to be way overweight on these chalky guys when you can play these other guys at 10%? Some of them. Like BJ McLeod should be around 10% tonight. It makes way more sense to be double the field on BJ McLeod than Chase Elliott. You know, Rick, how to get it right. Yeah, definitely lotto night, that's for sure. This is final of the year with no big one? I don't think so. Jason, I think you troll me I think I tell you every time. I don't look at the prize picks. Let's see. Who is the most leveraged driver? Let me see. Ownership did update for me. Joey Gase is currently showing me the most positive leverage. BJ McLeod's not too far behind. Also seeing Todd Gillen pop quite a bit. It's basically all the guys that I talked about that are like right around these chalky plays. They're the direct pivots. Those are the guys showing the most leverage. Yeah, absolutely. Sit back and enjoy. You don't stress out. You just see what happens at the end. Basically all it is. Xfinity was awesome. I love the Xfinity car. Everything about it is just... Racing's great. The entire race was great. There wasn't any fuel savings. It was awesome. Austin Hill keeps popping in your brain. Oh, I hate Austin Hill. I hate all the Austins. Austin Cindric, when he had that caution in Nashville last year, I hated him for that. Kind of gotten over it, but I still hate him. Austin Dillon, I mean, self-explanatory. Austin Hill, self-explanatory. Just, we need some better Austins in the field. Reese says, is it really stacking the back if everyone's on the same strategy? What if the back of the pack wrecks? I mean, that's one way of thinking about it, but it just, the data says not to do that. So, I mean, some people are going to play at the front. I mean, not everybody's going to do it. But the thing is, like I said, you can stack the back without holding hands. Like if you play these guys, you're not holding hands. And that's the thing. Like Elliott, you're holding hands with all these people. You can still stack the back and be different at the same time. And if you do want to play Chase Elliott, I would highly recommend playing him with some lower owned guys. Instead of pairing Chase Elliott with Stenhouse, with Busher, you could pair him with Austin Hill, BJ McLeod, Cody Ware, and then you can still have a unique lineup just based off of that. 23 or 45, Reddick starts further back, and that's really as simple as that. Cody Ware and some of the garbage cans are so slow in the back. They'll have plenty of time to slow up. They typically have good track records of finishing races, even if they stay in the back. Yep, that's exactly it. Although, I mean, I've seen Cody Ware and BJ McLeod get a little more racy in recent years. But yeah, I mean, I'm all about that tonight. I mean, we shouldn't have Cody Ware and BJ McLeod like in the 20s for owner. I think we'll probably be low 10s. Single digits would be nice. I feel like back in the day, we'd get them like at 4% owned. Obviously, people have gotten smarter. Me and anybody else that does content, I'm sure, is bang the drum of just play these guys in the back. It's that easy. So the ownership on the guys in the back have definitely risen a bit, but still not like... You guys got to keep in mind, there's still a lot of people out there that aren't actually like... They're just kind of sitting at home and they pop the app open and they play a lineup or two. Those people still exist. And people turn 18 every year, and it's their first year of playing. So, any Bubba Wallace? I have some. I am underweight though. Currently, I'm in that 15 to 20% range. He starts kind of far up for me. Starting 22nd. He's good enough to where I'll have ownership, but it's nothing crazy. What's up, Nathan? Is there any drivers not in the back that can pay off? I mean, it just comes down to they're not wreck or not. That's as simple as that. Like, I could say, well, I think Kyle Busch could be a good play, but he could run first all night, and then Michael McDowell takes him out. You know, that's all it is. The guys in the 10 through 20 range that I have the most of, I believe I have a max of 10% of anybody in here, and those guys are Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Keselowski, and Michael McDowell. I might have 5% Ross or 10% Ross, but that's about it. I don't really start getting into the 20s until we reach the 20 guys in the 20s. How worried are we about the car Casey Mears and Joey Gase are in? I'm more so worried about Casey Mears. That 66 really sucks. It's really bad. The 44, I need to double check, make sure I'm not referencing the wrong race. So let me go to Racing Reference, no pun intended. Last year's Daytona race in the summer, when Harrison Burton won, the 44 car of Joey Gase started 39th and he finished 20th. If he did that again, I think we'd be very excited. Not saying that's a guarantee, but I think the 44 can hang. I'm trying to see if the 66 ran last year. I don't see it. Let me see if it ran. I'm still having some exposure anyway. See Daytona. Don't believe it did. Oh yeah, Chandler Smith. Yeah, Chandler Smith failed to qualify. I was gonna say I could have sworn I saw somebody. Yeah, the 66. That's my main concern. Not as much for Joey Gase. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Clint? Organized chaos? It absolutely is. That's what that's what tonight is. What's up, Charles? Happy Saturday. Pulling for a Zane Smith win tonight. I'm assuming because you bet on him, unless you're like one of the few big Zane Smith fans out there. But I'll assume you bet on him. Hello, Miss Jules. I think Oakley's, yeah. I heard him knocking on the door. We got him, though. Yeah, he loves his tennis balls. Yeah, I know we're both big Blaney fans, but I'm unfortunately going to need Blaney to not have a good race tonight. I do not play the pole sitter. Is weather going to play a factor tonight, asked Tim? I don't believe so. Last I checked from the race weather guy on Twitter, he sounded like he was fairly certain we were starting on time. Of course, it's Florida in the summer. Things can pop up. But once we kind of get towards later in the evening, those storms do tend to calm down quite a bit. All right, so 30 minutes ago, race weather tweeted, upstream radar is still clear, but storm development within 20 miles of the track. And of course, lightning can also be a bit of an issue. I forget the exact distance. It has to be a way to where you're clear, but that ends up being a 30-minute running clock, which we saw yesterday if you guys watched Xfinity. But I don't know. I mean, we're just missing. There's a whole bunch of storms just north of Daytona, but they're not coming down south right now. But like I said, if you've lived in the South at any point of your life, you understand how the storms work down here. Oh, yeah. Well, it's probably a lot better than watching it early in the morning, Astro. BB says, BJ McLeod optimal? I hope so. I got BJ in my main single entry right now. I lost my spot. Oh. Tyler says, are you sure about not getting one racer up front? Look what happened yesterday, and everyone in the back can obviously stay in the back. Well, I mean, Tyler, a lot of people made a lot of money yesterday stacking the back. I have a friend in my Discord. He played Decker, Baccarella, Smithley, Emmerling, and Ryan Ellis, and he got like second place. So, I mean, yeah, nobody in the front. And people can say, like, yeah, you got to take some stabs in the front. Well, when you pick in the front, there's a very good chance that they're not going to score well. So good luck actually trying to figure that out. So that's why you stay in the back. You give yourself the floor. You give yourself the ceiling. Of course, there's going to be a few guys up front that do well. I mean, that's a guarantee. I mean, some of these guys are going to do well tonight, but a lot of them are not going to do well. And I mean, to think that we can actually pick the one that does do well more often than not, I would say is probably an overestimation of ourselves. So that's why we stack the back, because I mean, we don't know. No one knows. So you're just digging yourself a hole early on. Like I said, some are going to do well. We just don't know who. We need a pause till he gets his ball. Yeah. Busher, Reddick, or both in a single entry. I would not do both. I mean, just with their ownership, and they're starting not like in the very back too. That's why it's kind of like a perfect setup today, where I think they're decent fades, especially at the ownership. But I would go Busher over Reddick. Busher has to. I mean, he's obviously in a very tight spot for the playoffs, so he's going to be gunning for the win. So you might as well take the records or checkers guy. My top 3 tracks to watch. Newer fan and planning a trip to watch a race next year. Ooh, I don't know. It feels like some years I really like one track, and then the next year the race is so horrible. I'm gonna be very biased to Homestead because that's my home track. I love that track, but typically the tracks with high tire wear and good fall off tend to be really good races to watch, especially if you like strategy and like seeing how that plays out. So I'm going to have Homestead up there. I used to be Bristol, but that sucks now. I mean, you can't go wrong with the night race at Daytona. And then after that, very tough. Atlanta's very good. I'd probably say Atlanta, Homestead, and then honestly, I don't know the number 3. It could be Darlington for me, just the way I like to watch races, or maybe just Daytona night race. I might be forgetting one, but it's probably like the top for me. But yeah, Homestead and Atlanta are probably the top 2. I think the chat is lagging for you. I'm also I start at the top and then I talk and then I try to get to everyone's comments, so I'm always way behind. So I got to make sure everyone gets heard here. If I played one racer up front, who I wouldn't. I'm not going to answer that because I can't advocate for it. The closest up front that I really like is Keselowski in 10th, but there's just no need. Like, even if they win, there's no upside. There is no upside. If you're looking at a heat map here, I don't know if I have the... Like, if Blaney wins, of course, maybe add in a couple of fast laps and some laps sled. I mean, you can't score points when you're up here. It's just not possible. Like, you are maxed out basically at this. And then more likely than not, you're finishing in this range. Like, let's just say everyone's most likely to finish 20th on back. Like, there's just no reason to play these guys. At least, like, these guys in the back, if Elliott finishes 21st or 20th, you're getting in the 30s. If John Nemechek finishes, you're getting around 40th. And we're just talking like if everybody finish mid-pack, which honestly might be a fair projection for a race like this. There's no ceiling, and there's all the floor. What's up, Roshan? Bell, Bush, Chastain, Elliott Jones, Priest, by the way. Football season starts soon. What's your team that you're going with? Fly Eagles Fly. Been a Philly fan. I'm a Sean McCoy. Man, I remember those days. For me, I'm unfortunately a Browns fan, so I hate I hate watching them. I've been alive since '98, and I've seen like two or three good seasons, like one playoff win. It's been hasn't been a fun time, but I cannot wait for NFL. Love it. Second favorite DFS. I mean, it's almost tied with NASCAR. I absolutely love NFL DFS. So very excited for that, but not excited to watch the Browns. That's why I mainly stick to red zone these days. One lineup, 3 drivers you need. Well, you don't need any specific driver, but if I'm building one lineup, I mean, I played Justin Haley. Like my single entry, I'll tell you 3 guys I played my single entry. I played Justin Haley, I played BJ McLeod, I played John Nemechek. So I think you kind of know where I'm going with that. Got a donut from Nicholas. Appreciate that. Says, I'm stuck on Chase or Mears. I have 34 through 38 in my lineup. Love the content as always, brother. Appreciate you, Nicholas. I'm going to be honest. The Contrarian wants to say Mears, but if anybody in this field is like the one guy I slightly worry about, so I think I'm going to go Chase there still. And you have 34 through 38. So you already have BJ. You have Austin Hill. You have Cody Ware. So you're already got good Contrarian plays in there. So I think it's fine in that scenario just to kind of stick Chase out in there. But I do appreciate that. Been a Michigan Wolverines football fan since Bernard Robinson. Well, I can't say I'm with you there because I'm from Ohio. So I think you can understand what team I might like. Adam says he wants to play Mears. In case in my single entries to get a little different. Is it too risky to play both? Concerned about equipment? I mean, it's not too risky. I have lineups with some of them. Of course, it's not in a... I didn't do it in a single entry. Like I said, the 66 car is like the one that that might have some issues. I still played him, but I don't think I would do it in a single entry. If I was going to play one of them, it would be Joey Gase personally. But those are definitely the 2 lawnmowers of the field. It would have been nice to have qualifying just to see where like they were speed wise. Like are they 5 seconds off pace? Are they just like a second? It's crazy how far they jacked up Logano's price and Vegas odds for the week. What do they know that we don't? Well, he's very good at Daytona. super speedways in general, I should say. Now the finishes aren't there, but I no doubt about it. All the Penske cars are very, very good at these style of tracks. Like if you're looking at the average running positions and a 22 race sample size in the next gen, let's just sort this by average running position. You were Logano's number 1, Cindric number 2, Elliott number 3. Blaney's a little bit lower. He used to be number 1, but he's still obviously great. But and I believe right over here we have a 4 race sample size of super speedways this year, because we're gonna have 6 a year. We still have Dega, and then obviously this race. So yeah, that makes sense. And then so far this year, Reddick number 1, which is actually very surprising. Elliott, Cindric, Wallace, Bowman, Logano. So I mean, that's the reason. Actually, I think it'd be kind of fun to compare the running position and the average finish. So Reddick and Elliott have been running well. They've also been finishing well. Cindric's a little bit lower. Wallace a little bit lower. Here's a good one. Josh Berry, running position of 19th, average finish of 30th. The super speedways this year. A good example of Hocevar kind of just riding and then grabbing a really good finish at the end. Now McDowell's average running position, that's getting killed because I think the one Daytona race, wasn't he having an issue and he's running like 4 laps down the entire race and he ends up coming back at the very end? I think that's what happened. Brett says, watch the Bills game and then click over to the race for the last 10 laps. Go Bills. I'm indifferent on the Bills. I got no gripes with them. So hopefully have a good game and enjoy it. And yeah, I mean, the race probably is not starting until 10 to go anyway, so why not? What's up, Timothy? Flag plans today. Mine are Haley and John Hunter Nemechek. I mean, I'm not against that. I, of course, have a lot of Justin Haley. I have a lot of John Hunter Nemechek. He's my main single entry tonight. Same with Justin Haley. I made it sure to be overweight on Riley Herbst, Noah Gragson, Cody Ware, BJ McLeod, Cole Custer, Todd Gilliland, Jones. Just basically the non big names in the back. Definitely bet influenced. I figured Charles. Is over 50% Haley okay? That's why. I mean, if I'm going to be over 50% on anyone, I guess Justin Haley's probably my top choice starting 37th. But I am not at 50% on anybody tonight. What's up, Yancey? FanDuel single entry. You have Elliott, Gregson, Nemechek, Priest, and Reddick. Do you think Elliott and Reddick would be too chalky in single entry? So on FanDuel single entry, I personally thought they were going to be, so I did not play them. Now, of course, it could bury me. Because, I mean, it's Chase Elliott. If he finishes 4th, sure, I'm going to be in quite the hole. Just going to hope he wrecks. That's simple as I played him in my other single entry, but in the bigger dollar one, I faded him. So, I guess a little bit of a hedge there, but what are you going to do? I got Busher going top 10 and Ryan Blaney to win. We will see. We will see. I mean, anybody could win this race. I did not do any bets. Wasn't really any long shots I loved. I do have Cindric as a projected winner. And just to show you how much randomness is in this race, I typically have the winner, depending on the track, like from around 5 or 6 for the projected finish. We have 13.6 for Cindric. We got him up top here, plus 1,200. That's fair odds. I got Blaney right there, but it's all... I'm sure most of these guys are going to be upside down back here by the end of the race. So, then we got old Casey Mears and Joey Gase in the back, and that's my lineup back here, pretty much. Awesome says, who's your favorite super cheat? Cheap back play? Cheap back play? I don't know if you misspelled cheat or cheap. I'm not sure. I mean, I hate to say it, really, any of these guys. All of them are good. I mean, probably Cody Ware, if you're talking under 5K. Am I fading Blaney? Yeah, I have no Blaney. And I'm a big Blaney fan, so it hurts me to do. But we'll see what the ownership is. I think on FanDuel, it could be 15-20% from the pool. I've seen some very stupid ownership on FanDuel at super speedways. I want none of that. Doesn't make any sense to me to have any consideration. So, yeah, no Blaney for me. No Bowman, no Larson, no Logano. The sliver of Cindric. And a little sliver of Keselowski. It's basically what I got. That's for 20 max. I think at 150, I might have like 2% Blaney. 3% Logano, but who cares? What's up, Caleb? Reddick, Wallace, and Busher. Let's go. Definitely a chalky trio, but they got place differential. I mean, I got them. I got 25, 20% on all three of them. What's up, grade A? Will the wife be in the $1? So I went to go reserve it for her, and it was full. My thing didn't up, it was like lagging, so I thought there was plenty of spots left, and then I went to enter it, and then it went away because it said the contest was full. So it was a little upsetting. I'll have to, when I get off here, I'll have to see if anything else is open, and she'll fire away. But yeah, like I said last year, like I didn't have her look at projections, nothing. For the Daytona Summer Race, all I said was, here, build the worst possible lineups you can think of, and I bet there's a decent chance it'll cast, and she finished second place. Didn't look at anything, just the starting position. I said, pick guys in the back and make sure they suck, and that's it. Ended up doing well. Fading Chalky Elliott in a single entry, a mistake. I did it myself. I understand the risk, of course. I mean, it's Elliott starting 30th in a super speedway, but it was mainly an ownership play for me. I just went with the guys around him. Same upside, lower ownership. Why not? It's not often that happens. Just finished lineups, got 55% and down on everyone and 80% Haley. Make sure you check your player exposures to not be 80% anyone. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the max for me, I'm not even at the 50% mark. Now, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can, but I really like spreading out some of the lower run plays down there. And I noticed when I would try to up it more, I would completely lose, say, Austin Hill, and I want Austin Hill, so then I try to make up for it, so I just had to lower everybody else and get more spread out. CJ says, Homestead going to be the championship race next year? Yeah, I'm hoping it's a night race. I checked the time, and it said to be announced, so hopefully it's a night race, but me and Jules will be there. So we'll be at the championship race, and hopefully it's awesome. Now, my hope is that Ryan Blaney wins the championship this year at Phoenix because it's the Penske playground. And then next year, I mean, Denny Hamlin's getting at the end of his career, but Homestead is a race he could actually win. So I'd love to see Denny Hamlin win in person, his championship. Then he can retire off into the sunset. Last race for Astro, and I can't lose to her. Well, you can't lose to CJ. We're gonna have to have you clutch up here. What's up, Daniels? To a night race and a cutoff race should be chaos. Makes it easy for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mixing a match in the back, stacking the back, and hopefully our bingo cards are stolen at the end. Like I always say, there's going to be guys up here that do well. Good luck figuring out which ones actually do well. I mean, you can spread out your ownership to these guys, but a good chunk of them are going to have negative points tonight, if not close to it. And they're just wasted lineups trying to maybe get the absolute optimal, but the absolute optimal is not always the lineup that gets played and that wins the money. I mean, you were just risking so much trying to be cute and figure out to hit the absolute nuts when this is just such a much better route to go. What's up, Andrew? Would you play Gregson or Prius over Reddick or stick with Reddick in the final spot? I would play either of them over Reddick. You get a couple extra PD spots, so there's no downside there. Who do you think wins outright? I'm on Logano. I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, Cindric's my project. I think Cindric's the best super speedway driver right now, but that doesn't mean anything. He could easily be leading with 2 to go, and then he just ends up in the catch fence. So, good luck. 2 years ago, I made one bet for Daytona. It was right before the race. I bet Busher to win at like 2,200, and he won the summer race because Bratislawski pushed him to the win and didn't try to win. It was great. But outside of that, good luck. I don't have any bets tonight. Nothing. And then last year we had back-to-back. Last year we got Parker Retzlaff, top 10 at plus 2,200. That was awesome. But I don't see anything. They killed the top 10 odds. That was on Hard Rock. When I opened up Hard Rock this week, when the odds first came out, like the best odds you could get on anybody to get top 10 was like plus 800. So no fun ones this weekend. There was now for those of you on FanDuel, they had BJ McLeod top 10 at plus 2,700, I believe. I had that fair at 14. Would have been a great bet, but I missed it. I didn't know it was there and I missed it. I'm very upset. What's up, Richard? Says, I'm from Canada. It's simple. I put $100 on 4 drivers: Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Denny Hamlin. Well, I mean, I wish you luck, but this is a complete junk fest. So who knows? Who knows? A fun long shots in the back, maybe like an Eric Jones. All the odds are just terrible. Like, just based, I think these are Caesar's odds. There's no value, nothing. Well, we got BJ McLeod fair, plus 30 to 1, but I mean 300, but that's not happening. Yeah, and that's also another reason why I read that same thing, Chris. Like, he's still the one I am most worried about, but it's like I'm still playing him. I have a good chunk of him. Like, I don't think it's going to be something that completely loses the draft at the very beginning. I still don't trust the team that well, of course, but yeah, I did read that same thing. Cody says the 4 drivers led the most laps in every super speedway since 2023. Fords have led more than 67% of laps at supers in that time. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't surprise me. They all run typically very well here. Though at the end, it doesn't always matter because they'll get killed. The question is, how much money are you leaving on the table? A lot. I think I still have my MME builds up here. So I'm looking at FanDuel. It's very similar to DraftKings, but average salary used at $50,000 is $34,900 for me. So that's like an average of $15,000 on the table. The minimum salary used for me was $21,200, so that's nearly $30,000 on the table. Like, do not be afraid to leave money on the table tonight. Also, from a projected ownership standpoint, I do have one lineup that's projected to only be 14% owned total on FanDuel. I mean, we'll see how correct the ownership projections are, but I'm trying to find it. I don't see it. No, that's because I'm in the 150, not the 20 max. So 20 max is 19. That'll be easier to find. Oh, there it is. So that the one that's predicted to be 19% on total. AJ Allmendinger, Austin Hill, Riley Herbst, BJ McLeod, and Casey Mears. That is about as nasty as it gets. Denny, 2-time Daytona 500 champ last race. Busch almost won, came second. Brad is a beast, and Kyle Larson going to turn around, baby. I don't know, man. We will see. Anybody can win, so I mean, I wish you the best, but complete luck fest. Fortunately, none of that stuff actually matters. Same strategy on FanDuel, yeah. I went with the same strategy. I mean, I don't know where it's at. It's here somewhere. I don't want to expose all my NASCAR files I have on here, but there's a chart, and it's like the same exact thing as far as starting position. Yeah, I guess it's backwards. So, like, basically, the farther back you are, you score more points. It's simple as that. On either side. Who drives Ford? Quite a few. I mean, if you want to screenshot for your memory bank here. Here is all the Fords right there. You're leaving 10.9, perfectly fine. You don't want to use all your salary tonight. I mean, if you're using all your salary, it's probably not a very good super speedway lineup. Ravens and Lions with Taylor Swift is the halftime show in February. I'm holding my breath and fading Chase Elliott. No, I feel you, Tyler. I'm with you. I mean, I have like 35% Chase Elliott in MME, so it's like I'm not completely dead if he does well. But I'm definitely way overweight on these other guys compared to Chase Elliott, which I'm planning to be underweight based off projected ownership. Oh, I just realized what you said with the Ravens and Lions. You're projecting the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know. I think the Lions, I mean, they're still going to be good. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were. I could see that on the Ravens, though. Got to figure out a way to take down Patrick Mahomes, though. He has the devil magic going once we hit January. Who's the driver you think is a must-have in your lineup? There is no such thing as a must-have at Daytona. I would say probably the safest play on the entire slate is Justin Haley. Playing 20 guys at 30% ownership each. Goodness. Thoughts on that strategy, 21st through 40th? I mean, I'm probably not too far off. I know I made it sound bad, but I'm honestly probably not that far. I don't know the exact number, but it's like the range I'm living in, really. No, but I mean, you can't play the poll. You just can't play the poll sitter or on DFS and super speedways. That doesn't work. We had Ricky Stenhouse starting the pole once at Daytona. He won the race. He still wasn't the optimal. They just can't. They can't score enough points. It's just not possible from the pole position in DFS. I don't even care if he wins. Like, go ahead and win. I don't care. We can outscore him. Is Daytona stack the back season? Absolutely. What's up, Mama Byron? Top 10 finish, MGM bet wise? I doubt that's going to have. I mean, top 10's trash. Absolutely trash. Don't forget, though, he also has to do the pass-through penalty, so he's going to be a lap down to start the race. I don't know if you really want to sweat that out. But, I mean, every bet looks awful besides a couple of long shots on certain books, and that's about it. I don't know, Mom, but we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, definitely don't be cute in Daytona. What's up, Mark? Just got home from the Browns. Oh, awesome. What do you think? I saw we won by 2. What do you think the ownership percentage on Chase will be this week for the public? If you were talking from a large field tournament perspective, like the main contest, I think he lands around 45 to 55%. More so, probably like right around 50. I think half the field's probably going to play Chase Elliott tonight. Randy's in Sarasota. They're showing the Bucks game. I'm not too far away, so hopefully they're not doing that. But if there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way to find the race. You just got to know the right websites. But the race doesn't start till like 8, so I don't know if it's something they'll switch over or not. What's up, Dimes? DK Cash, you have Priest, Elliott, Nemechek, Haley Gregson, who's the last man in. Trying to see if we're missing anybody. So you have Elliott, Priest, Gregson, Nemechek, Haley. I mean, shoot, I'd play anybody. I guess probably BJ. That card's good enough to hang. So probably BJ. Except for Kyle Busch, they don't have anyone starting higher than 27. I don't blame you. I have a little bit of Kyle Busch sprinkles. The 8 car is very Kyle Busch ever since he's been with RCR. He's been very good at Daytona. He's also going to have Austin Dillon pushing for him. They don't have to fight each other. Austin Dillon locked his spot in the playoffs. So he'll have some help at least this time. I mean, I really thought Kyle Busch was going to win this race last year. And then Parker Retzlaff with the push of all time for Harrison Burton. Who'd Busch have behind him? Christopher Bell, I think. Does Chase move up too soon? I mean, the whole field's going to shuffle around the entire time. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be anything as such being like too soon, too late. It's going to be completely jumbled many, many times. I mean, we could see Cody Ware up front at some point. That wouldn't surprise me. Ordering some pizza and Coca-Cola Zero for the race tonight. Well, I guess the race sponsor did his job for the marketing on you then. But hope you enjoy it. In a crazy race like this, do you cap your exposure to highest at like 33%? I would go a little bit higher than 33. I'm like around that 40-ish range for my highest, but I have nobody above 50 and obviously nothing above that. Racing on the CW here in Tampa Bay. They got the Bucks preseason game on NBC. Well, that's good to know because I'm in that area as well. What's up, Faduni? Yeah, blessed weekend right back at you. Managed to snag Ryan Priest top 10 finish at plus 160. Any good? Let me see. I mean, I don't think any of the... I have him at 213. It's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be worse. 213. I don't like any of the bets tonight, really. I will probably just watch DFS, hope they all die, and then hopefully like Riley Herbst finishes 14th tonight. That'd be great. I don't have anyone projected to be as high owned as Chase. I think he's going to definitely be in his tier of his own. I would say next best is probably going to be like a Chris Buescher or Tyler Reddick. I think Justin Haley get pretty high too. Like, I think the main chalk tonight is Haley. I forgot Ryan Priest. Chase Elliott. Stenhouse Buescher. I think that's like the main ownership tonight. right there. So, I mean, this is basically all the information you need. This is the chalk tonight. Play the guys right around them at lower ownership. That is how you play Daytona. Astro says, you find someone to hire for a website? I did not, Astro. I've just been working on it myself. It's not looking too bad. It's very bare bones right now. I can like show you a little preview. So it's just bare bones. I'm gonna have to do some more cosmetic stuff, but I think this is from last week's race. Don't look at the Denny Hamlin projection. That did not happen. But we got a bunch of stuff over here for Xfinity trucks. We'll have that set up with the betting sims, all that fun stuff. Should be good. I like the way it looks so far. I'm gonna install some apps on here so we can have some fun, practice, cheat sheets. So I've just been kind of doing this all myself. I would love to have some help, but pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. NFL we're gonna have. Hopefully we'll get that up soon. And then I gotta figure out some more stuff, but we've just been grinding away. So just a little preview. We're gonna make them look more cosmetically pleasing, but it's not fun. It's not easy. All my respect to web developers and web designers. It's been it's not easy. That's for sure. Because I love this. I love the spreadsheets, but I think just having stuff on a website would be so much easier and more streamlined. So hopefully we can. Obviously, NASCAR is getting close to end. So next year, and no problem at all. Would using Buescher instead of Elliott in a single entry make it more unique? I think they're both gonna be pretty chalky, but Elliott will be the chalkiest. So yeah, if you don't have Elliott in your lineup, you're gonna be unique in single entry just based off of that. So it's fine, even though Buescher will still be chalky. Yeah, good luck to you as well, Aaron. What's up, Rick? CP, pledge your love for Pat. Look, I think Pat's already one of the all-time GOATs. It's going to be very difficult to pass Tom Brady, but pace-wise, I mean, it is possible. But he's definitely in the top 5, top 3. You can make an argument for it at this point, but when it's all said and done, he'll be right there with Tom, I think. Phyllis says, I love Haley, though. It sucks he's going to be high owned. I mean, he's just like dead line. He starts the furthest back of cars that aren't like junkers in that Spire car, so he's just going to have to lead to ownership. Now, the one plus we have going for us is that salary doesn't really matter. So he might not get picked as much because people have money left over and they just want to spend all their money. So that's the one thing he's got going for him, but he should be pretty chalky tonight. Yeah, right back at you, Feduni. Let me double check the weather here and make sure we are good still. What's up, Tari? CP, can we get Jules and Oakster in the last live stream? Potentially. That's going to be... We do have a night race next week, right? That'll be the last live stream, unfortunately. And then we are still doing NASCAR, but also very heavy in the football. Looks like we're still good on weather last I have seen. All right. I think we've been live for about an hour. So if you guys have any last second questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. But if not, I will probably get out of here and get ready for this race. I've already got my lineups locked in, so nothing's going to be changed in there. And then I'm just going to sit back, hope for a wreck fest at some point, enjoy the race. And yeah, it should be fun. What's up, Clint? Sorry I'm late. Any groups? I mean, yeah, the groups I would have. So it's a little bit to it. 1st through 12th, I would have 0 to 2 drivers. 13th through 24th, I would have 0 to 3 drivers. And then 25th on back, I would have 3 to 6 drivers. That's how I would build every lineup. And that's how I'd set up in the optimizer. It gives you a bit of a chance at some drivers up front if you want for MME, but it really just restricts you towards pushes you towards playing the guys in the back. I'm doing fine. Hopefully you are as well. Hammond and Kyle Busch are the big money to use there to choose. For DFS purposes, it's very difficult to play both for where they're starting. I do like Kyle Busch a bit. Will I retire from DFS advice if you ever hit big? No. No, I love doing this. Plus, I don't play in the flagship contest because I think they're a bit of a waste of money, just based off the pay structure. So don't worry. But no, I can't. First off, it's fun and I enjoy it, so it's not like it's a chore to get on here and do it. I thoroughly enjoy live streams, making videos and stuff, so it's always fun. Best track history in Daytona? Well, I only have the next gen data, but right now, average finish wise, I believe Alex Bowman has the best average finish. Actually, it's a smaller sample size though. Nemechek with a 9.0 here, average finish wise, than Bowman. But average finish is a very noisy stat. No, you don't need anybody for big money tonight. You don't need anybody. Anybody can wreck, anybody can die. I don't care how good you are at Daytona. Lock in 50 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably get out of here. Let's see. I think I got everything. You appreciate that, CJ? Yeah, it's been a fun summer. Bun in the oven, the wedding, all good. Definitely a good one. Appreciate y'all being here. One more live stream next week. I'll see you Sunday night. I have like 2 fantasy drafts, so it'll be a fun day. But I wish y'all the best, and I'll see y'all next time.